Rappers, athletes, and celebs know Cadillac's Escalade makes a big statement. Now they can send their personal assistants to pick up the fourth generation. I'm Tom Volk with Driven for the New York Times. This version, the ESV, goes long with a wheelbase stretched 14 inches over the standard model.
The easy argument is Escalade is just a gussied up Chevrolet Tahoe, Suburban, or GMC Yukon. Point taken, those SUVs just got a redesign and are very nicely done.
As tested, this one is 91 large. Why pay 15 grand more for the Cadillac? Well, there's Darth Vader's lightsabers back here and cutting-edge LED lighting up front, just a few of the design elements that give the Slade gravitas. These wheels are 22 inches. Seriously, 22. And really, is the bling crowd going to roll in a Chevy? Inside, there's a significant upgrade for the posse. Uniquely Cadillac, the lumber is real. The cabin smells like a Coach handbag store. Mercedes keeps the build quality trophy, though. All the latest safety, comfort, and convenience gear is here. Is it possible to have too many USB ports? GM does heads-up displays very well.
One thing carried over from Suburban and Yukon is the shift lever. It's really easy to go past drive into manual. Something unique, the Cadillac User Experience, or Q.
The screen is simplified until you reach toward it. The virtual gauge cluster, which looks like an LCD screen, can be customized. I like the organization of Q, but the touch response, or lack of, is frustrating. Not just a fancy shroud, the V8's displacement is nearly a liter larger with 65 more horsepower than the one in Suburban. This one has 6 gears, though an 8-speed automatic is coming. 4-wheel drive is available, of course. The suspension is adjustable. ESV tows up to 8,100 pounds. Growling its bragging rights over Mercedes GL, Lexus LX, and Range Rover. Magnetic ride control instantly adjusts the shocks, pretty much eliminating body roll and bounding.
No doubt about it, this is a big rig. Good thing it drives a size smaller than it is, although it isn't an awful lot of fun in tight urban spaces and parking ramps and garages.
The intended demographic won't worry too much about fuel costs. I'm averaging 15 miles per gallon.
Hit a big bump, and you will notice a little bit of chassis quiver.
It's probably less of an issue on the standard Escalade with its shorter wheelbase. Glad to see the third row now folds flat. SUVs don't have the practical utility of a minivan, but that argument is lost here. Escalade is about swagger for 7. I did the TP trunk test with Suburban. Both it and Escalade ESV can haul 24 bundles of 2-ply behind the third row, enough to supply Madison Square Garden for a week.
The mid-row chairs don't slide fore and aft. Foot, knee, and leg room for a 5'9" guy like me is perfectly fine, but an NBA player behind an NBA player, that could get cramped.
There's always the distraction of entertainment. Nice touches are all around the cabin, but there are no sunshades to keep the paparazzi from peeking in. You don't have to be a gymnast to get into the third row, or a jockey to sit here, though it is best to put smaller adults in the way back. A vehicle this bold, large, and thirsty polarizes. Escalade is kind of the anti-Prius. The upside? It's very profitable, allowing GM to engineer other cars, such as Volt. Some buyers want to drive their personality. For them, Cadillac Escalade is a rock star. Let me be the first to admit that when Escalade came out in 1999, I thought it was the next Cimarron. Considering it was a thinly disguised Chevy Tahoe with a new grille and better seats, this truck should have been ridiculed, and maybe the automotive press skewered it, I don't remember, but most important, customers embraced it.
Well, you've stuck around to the very end. Thank you very much. That's my opinion of the 2015 Cadillac Escalade ESV. You might be wondering what the difference is between this and, say, the Chevy Suburban is. I've done a review of the Chevy Suburban. Just nose around the interweb and you will find it. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.